Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rabia and welcome to a brand new video for me. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the new way I've been doing my makeup that gives the technique of giving yourself like a facelift with just makeup, and then also just doing this really colorful green eye that I think is perfect for spring. So if you are excited to watch this video, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing with a friend, as it really helps me out. And with that, you guys, let's just get into the video. Okay, so we are starting off with the skin prepped and the brows on, and we're first gonna go in and conceal some of my dark circles with a color corrector. So this is a lift tinted hue stick in the shade Rise. I'm gonna use this underneath of my eyes and around my lips to color correct that darkness that is under there, and I'm gonna blend that out with my finger. This is such an emollient formula. It works so well as a color corrector. I just feel like, and they have like so many different shades, so you should be able to find one for you, and you're gonna see me use this again in another part of the video. This works great on your cheeks, on your eyes, on your lips, and everything. Now I'm gonna go in with the Rare Beauty foundation. I use this in the shade 340C, and I'm gonna apply that all over my face. This foundation is so beautiful, like so hydrating, and it has like a really nice luminous finish, but even though it has that luminosity, it wears it beautifully under a mask, which is what I love and why this is probably gonna be my go-to spring foundation. And I am blending that out with an e.l.f. camo like concealer sponge. It's so soft, and I honestly prefer it over my beauty blenders, and it's just great. Now I'm going to go in with the Rare Beauty concealer in the corresponding shade, so it's 340C. So you can see that this is lighter, so when you are shopping with Rare Beauty, you should get the same shade of concealer. It's meant to like complement the foundation shade, and I'm just going to apply that underneath of my eyes and down the center of my face. Underneath of my eyes, I've been applying a little bit less. This technique of like putting a little bit just in the inner corner and winging out the outer corner really does lift your eyes. Now I'm going to go in with another hue stick from Live Tinted in the shade Grounded, and I'm going to start contouring. So what I was showing you right there is that I am actually applying the contour shade above my cheekbone. So I pointed out where my cheekbone actually is, and I applied the contour shade above that, and then I'm just going to contour my face the way I regularly do. So around my forehead to make it look a little smaller, my nose to slim that out, under my lips to give more of a pouty effect, and right here, this is me trying to create jawbone. And now I'm gonna go in with a flat brush. I used to use like rounded ones, but I've been feeling like this flat brush from Moda Pro is actually really nice and just like chiseling out your cheeks. And you can see I'm blending it back into the hairline and upward, so I'm not pushing that down in any way. And then for my jawline, I do push that down into my jaw and underneath of my chin, just to make sure that there's a seamless blend. But whenever you are blending out your contour, you always want to work in an upward motion towards your hairline, so that you can't tell a difference between where the contour ends and the hairline starts. Once I've done blending out my contour, I'm going to go in and blend out my concealer with that same e.l.f. sponge. Whatever is left over from blending out underneath of my eyes, I am going to use that as primer for my eyelids. And again, just blend in an upwards motion towards your temple. I am also going to use whatever's left on the sponge to clean up underneath the contour to make the contour seem a little bit more defined. Now I'm going back in to that Rise hue stick, the one that I used to color correct, as a blush. So again, you can use this on your face, on your eyes, your lips, everywhere. And I'm going to start blending that out. And you'll see that even with the blush, I kept it away from the apples of my cheeks. I applied it more towards the back of my face. And again, that just gives the effect of a more lifted face. And honestly, I've been loving orange blush. I think orange and peachy blushes are probably what I'm going to be wearing for spring and summer. And I did also apply a little bit to my nose for the trend of it all, but I actually did really like it. It does look more natural. Like if you're blushing from your cheeks, your probably nose is a little sun-kissed too. Now I'm going to go in with the Becca. This is the Prosecco Pop Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid, and I'm going to apply that with my fingers onto the high points of my face. This is a beautiful glossy finish highlight. I'm so sad that Becca's going out of business, but they did create a lot of beautiful highlighting products. So if you can get your hands on this, this is one of my favorite liquid highlights. So I'm just gonna apply that a little bit more than I usually do and blend that in with a clean part of my sponge. and you'll see it just gives like a really beautiful glossy finish to the skin, which I feel like is a little bit more natural. With the heat and spring, like you are a little bit more glossy, I feel, and I feel like this liquid highlight just gives you a more natural effect than like a powder one just sitting on your skin. And again, I've been really into like just a really hydrated looking juicy skin, and even though I am oily, this products work really well for my skin type. Now I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Contour Kit in the shade Dulce de Leche and set underneath of my eyes. And anywhere I do tend to get oily, so down the center of my face is where I get the most oily. I'm not applying this like where I put the blush or anything, just underneath my eyes and the center of my face. And I'm also going to use this to clean up a little bit underneath of that contour, just because I want that contour to stand out. I am also going to use a little bit of that powder to set my eyelids for the eyeshadow. Now going in with a really big fluffy brush, I'm going to go into the bronzer side of that kit, and I'm just going to start setting everywhere that I cream bronze. You can totally skip this step because, as you can see, the cream bronzer was doing a really good job standing out on its own. I just feel like a powder bronzer on top sets it in for the whole day and then also just smooths out the finish. Now I'm going to go in with this Laura Mercier translucent powder. I like to use this when I am wearing a mask. Like this day I was actually going out for a bit, so I like to kind of set everywhere the mask is going to sit on my face so that the makeup won't rub off. So it just serves as an extra layer of protection. I don't do this all the time, again, only when I'm wearing a mask for a prolonged amount of time. If I am just going to wear a mask to go and like run a quick errand, or if I'm going to a restaurant, I'm just going to put it on until I get seated, I won't do this step because again, it kind of takes away from that glossy finish, but it's great to make your makeup last through a mask. Now I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Mini Pro Pigment Volume 2 palette. This was one of my favorite palettes from last year. Like, it was such a beautiful springtime palette. I think it's such beautiful colors for the spring, like beautiful pastels and all those shades. And I'm going to go in with this green, and that's the only shade I'm going to pack on to the entirety of my eyelid. And I'm going to kind of do a winged shape on this outer corner to again lift my eye. And I'm not going to apply any other shadow. You're going to see me just apply this and then flip the brush over for like the fluffy part and just blend out any harsh edges. But I love shadows like this because it's a one and done look, and I feel like it's super high impact with super minimal effort. These palettes are $29. I do think that they are worth the money, so you should run out and get one. Now for eyelashes, I am not going to go in with falsies, so I'm going to prime my lashes first with the Marc Jacobs lash primer. This is a great option if you want just your lashes to appear thicker. I love this primer, so I go in and coat my lashes with that, and then I do let that sit on my eyelashes before going in with mascara. So I'm just gonna dust off the bake and just let the primer do its thing before going in with mascara. If you do apply mascara like while it's still wet, it leaves your lashes like looking kind of gray. So after that has dried, I am going to go in with mascara, and my favorite is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. This is an expensive combo, but that primer works really well with any mascara you have. You can use one from the drugstore, high-end, whatever. I just do recommend the primer 100%, but this mascara even on its own is really good. And now, just to finish off the look, I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Retro Paradise Nude 2 Lip Liner and line my lips with that. I've lined my lips. I'm just going to blot on some of this Fenty Mademoiselle lipstick in the shade Thick to complete this look. Okay guys, and that completes this makeup look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I honestly really enjoyed playing with color. I've been actually playing with a lot of color lately. My sister's wedding just happened and I wore all colorful looks throughout most of her events. So I'm kind of glad for spring because I feel like spring's when you can play with like a lot of colors. And I've really been enjoying this makeup technique of like applying the bronzer a little bit higher than your actual cheekbones. I really do think it makes a difference in how your face, one, photographs, and also just like in the way your face looks in person. And I feel like using mostly cream products like the cream blush and all of that, it keeps your makeup still looking really natural. So I really enjoyed all of this. I hope that you guys did too. If you did, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing with a friend. It really helps me out, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Bye!